Hi, I'm Sasy Scarborough, and today I want to talk to you about inventory management and the search functionality and how best to use it. Let's open up our inventories. Click the inventory button in your viewer wherever it's located, or you can click Control I, which will open up an inventory window. And then if you need multiple windows, you can press Control Shift I as many times as you need for multiples. You would then press Control W to get rid of unnecessary tabs. That works with note cards, profiles, etc. When searching, the results are based on the tab that you're currently in. So if you want to search your main inventory, you make sure that that's activated and then type up the top. If you wanted to search just your recent, you would go to your recent and type up the top. You can collapse everything by just pressing collapse. It's much easier and neater. If you want to search for a specific item, something that you know you have, you can type lamb plus shorts plus HUD. Say I want to show you what the HUD looks like. There you go. As you can see, there's all the decals that appear on here. This is one I made myself because this clothing is modified. I'll talk about that more in my post. It's very exciting. Okay, so sometimes when you go from one body to another, it can be difficult to transition between your inventory, what you have already owned and worn in the past, versus whether or not you have the availability in your new inventory. I wanted to find a skirt and I wanted to wear a sinful item. I could not just type in sinful and skirt, which would bring up lots of options, but I could type reborn and it will give me all the sizes that I want. I could also just type skirt and reborn if I didn't have a specific brand in mind to choose from. So this gives you those ranges. Now, because for instance my body is e-body reborn, some brands actually include e-body and reborn in the naming. Some just call it reborn. Some might actually still just call it e-body, which causes a whole lot of confusion. But what you could do there is you can type Control Shift I, open up a second window. I'll just not cover myself up there. And I could type skirt plus e-body and see if there's other things that I'm missing out on. That way you get everything that you need. Another great use for this is also if you happen to have multiple bodies and you're not too fussed about the body under the clothing, you just want a great range of clothing, you could actually write something like dress plus latex in one window with plus reborn, and then in another one you could write dress plus latex plus slink, and then you're going to get different answers. So I could decide that I really want to wear these items from these designers today, so I could just swap out bodies. And you could do that with as many bodies as you have, and you're going to get different variations. And it would just go on and on and on, giving you more range and more knowledge about your inventory. As you can see, Slink's still loading because I had a lot of Slink clothing and I still enjoy going back to it. Another great use for this is when you're attending sales. You want to make sure that you're not doubling purchasing, but you also know that you already own something, but you might not realize that you only bought 2 or 3 colors of it and you never actually invested in the fat pack. This gives you that chance to check whether or not you own it. So I usually attend a sale by typing in a store name. So let's just say Alaska Metro. Whom, as you can see, it would probably be quite difficult for me to not have something. But you type the plus, and then anything that you see that you're unsure of, you can just type in the name of it and it will either come up or it won't. And if it doesn't, bye. Or it might come up in a clothing item that you may have only bought it in 1 color or 2 colors in the past, and now that it's on sale you can fat pack it because you realize that you've worn it or wanted to wear it quite often. So these are some suggestions on how to use this function. There are so many other parts that I add to this option, that I'll go into in future videos. I really hope this helps somebody. Use those plus symbols. I've gotten up to 4 words, so you can do the name of the store, the type of item it is, the size of body it is, and throw in a color in there if you're trying to coordinate, and you'll either get a result or you won't. But this will help you searching through and maybe even tidying up your inventory. Please don't look at the mess of mine too closely. Have a lovely day. I'm Sasy Scarborough for SasyScarborough.com.